shot, and a goal. Seattle has their first.
All I gotta say is Portland can't say is cheese.
He's a tough kid.
Scuttlebutt.
That's the MLS theme song for, their theme.
That's what I thought. SpongeBob.
Really?
No.
That's still a good show.
It is a good show.
I would still watch that show. Anyway, so we're actually going to talk Sounders Scuttlebutt.
We are.
Reprising the podcast as a micro segment in our sports nerddom.
Reliving glory days.
Sports first? Sports chatter? Nerd
Sports
verse?
chatter.
Fart?
Sports chatter.
Poop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scuttlebutt is a subset of chatter.
It is. A little gossip, a little hearsay, a little water cooler talk.
Indeed.
So, I obviously am the resident Sounders fan here.
Obviously.
Since we're going to talk about it for the first time ever, TBD partner, do you have any Scuttlebutt questions?
I do. So, as a resident layman, when we're talking about scuttling and butts and
Footy
and soccer, why don't you help me on board a little bit? Give me a little background about MLS and Seattle in general, but also the franchise, but then also this team this year.
Just a little bit about everything ever.
Yeah.
Why don't you just give me a little bit about yourself? When you were born, when you ended.
Take it any direction you want.
So quickly, the Seattle Sounders as a soccer culture and club started in 1974.
Yeah, I heard that song 75 freaking times.
74 freaking times.
No, I'm saying. Yeah.
No, you're counting. What was that? That shitty bachelor party you went to in Portland with me?
It was shitty.
Thank you, Deuce. Tied that game up real quick. So 1974, NASL. They've also had iterations in the USL and now MLS. These are different tiers of U.S. soccer. All professional clubs, different generations of it, different iterations of it. But in 2008, really fortuitously for the general Seattle sports fan that just wanted to fill a void, that was a perfect year for anyone that hadn't been following specifically Sounders or soccer. Mm-hmm. The Sonics left.
Right.
Right? Ugh.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's horrible.
Okay. Mariners have been sucking for, at that time, 8 fucking years. 7, really, but by the time it was announced. Anyway, so it's like, that seems ridiculous. It's been almost 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years, almost, since the Mariners have made a playoff fucking
Those
game.
people who were born can almost vote.
There's voters right now
Who don't know.
that just had a birthday today.
Yeah.
They can have a birthday before the Mariners could potentially make the 2018 playoffs and say, I was never alive during a Mariners playoff
My
game.
entire non-adult life.
So, anyway, and that helped a lot for the growth and the blow-up of how the Sounders fan base launched out of Canton. Where did 3,000 people at Memorial Stadium, Seattle Center last year, how did that turn into, 36,000 people, 20,000 season tickets before the first kick? Well, I think a lot of that happened. I was one of those. In terms of the fan base, which is what I want to bring up mostly, is that, especially because I'm super heated about what our GM is saying right now,
right.
what the fan base believes in,
right.
is we're super passionate, whether we come from Sounders for 40 years or I'm a Sounder because I love Seattle and I love sports and I'm absolutely involved. And there's tons of people that got involved and are still involved and
right.
season ticket holders from 2009.
Right. If I can speak to that real quick, just from being a person who lives in Seattle, we have a very different kind of attitude about sports than you might see in like New York or the East Coast in general. And I have to say, just by being around Sounders fans and being in the city during a Sounders game, it's a spectacle. It's a sight to behold, and especially with the the coordination that the fans do with the bars and the ECS, Emerald City supporters, and I think that's just
At We Are ECS.
yeah. So if you are into soccer and you're into Seattle sports, it's a really fun time. Even if you actually, let me say this: even if you're not the biggest soccer fan, just going to a Sounders game and being part of it is a blast.
Yeah, you're not just watching people kick it around and not understanding why. At least you're having fun, and because it is a theater, it really is. There's pomp and circumstance. There's the boom boom clap. There's everything at a Sounders game, and that's not in the house of the Seahawks, right? And that's a small point of contention. I love that house. I love the clink.
Yeah, I do too.
But of course, I would love if we just were gifted, $500 million and could build this like beautiful. I want to take Memorial Stadium down to the ground and then just have the best architect and engineers just be like, all right, small site, how can we fit 45,000 people there?
That'd be cool.
And they could do it. They could do it. Look at Santiago Bernabeu where the Real Madrid plays. It's a theater that is a tower. Goes straight up, tiers. They have like 6 levels of seats.
Really?
It doesn't go out. It goes straight up. It's gorgeous.
What's it called?
Bucket list. Santiago Bernabeu.
Got it.
That is my number one bucket list stadium. Old Trafford also, but mainly because these are building. That building I think Santiago Bernabeu is 1961.
Yeah, it looks kind of old.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the most one of the
cool,
richest teams in the world
totally.
of any sport.
Yeah,
It houses
more than
in
Yankees,
there.
I think.
So it might be a skeleton to concrete, but it is cosmetic out, inside and out. They have a like a chain link fence, like a nice one that separates the teams as they walk out of a tunnel. I'm like, that is cool. It's like
the second most valuable franchise in the world.
Manchester United is number one.
No, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, fuck that! I hate that.
Man U's not even. Oh no, they're the 1, 2, 3.
They gotta be top 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. They're the 5th. Yankees are the 4th.
Still right.
So it's Cowboys, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Yankees, Man U, Patriots, New York Knicks.
New York Knicks are number 1.
No. I went in descending.
Still even their number something. Okay. Amari Stoudemire's goggles were worth more than they are. Anyway, so I think there's 2 different types of demographic in terms of where the fan came from. Mm-hmm. Either way, equally passionate. Right. I am 100%. I'm annoyingly a crazy Sounder fan, and I love the games. I love the camaraderie, and the team has made the playoffs every single year since we came in.
That's amazing.
We're getting into a decade. This will be 9.
Here's a classic Las Vegas Golden Knights, aren't you?
Yeah, well, they're
they
they're a classic
Cup.
Sounder.
Yeah,
is what they are, and we actually have a trophy cabinet, even though we have one MLS Cup, and that was 7 years of we don't even have a cup, but we have 4 U.S. Open Cup trophies. We have a Supporters Shield, and those are all things you don't probably even know what they are.
Do you want to explain those?
U.S. Open Cup, that's every professional team in America has an opportunity to win that. It's been over 100 years. Lamar Hunt, he's a sports icon in U.S. history.
Okay.
Then there's a Supporters Shield, which is just the title of the shield. It literally looks like a big dish. That top person in the table, you get the table scoring system, right?
Okay.
So NASCAR does it in a
so
really
it's just like a regular
way.
season award.
Yeah, but hockey, well, technically in every league, the winner of the regular season, the one with the most points, is the champion. There's no playoffs.
Yeah.
Premier League doesn't do playoffs.
Yeah, I get it.
You can win the championship in, say, NFL.
So once you clinch?
You can win the Super Bowl in week 12.
Yeah.
If you just win if no one else has a record that can get,
if you lose
mathematically, I can't get there.
Yeah.
Then
so you can clinch.
Yeah, Chelsea, that happened to Chelsea this year. Or Manchester City, sorry. Yeah, they still have like a game left or 2 games left.
What do they even do during that? Just like run around and cheer?
Well, that's when you plug in a lot of your bench players. your youth. When you have a youth squad that goes down to 5 years old,
Yeah.
you want to bring.
That's incredible.
Yeah, there's children that they find out of womb.
Yeah.
You know, if they kick the doctor calls Man U if they're in Manchester. Be like, hey, this kid kicked me. Oh, they monitor him. And
It's like the Jedi Order.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's like that, and they're younglings. So, that's what you do.
Yeah.
As for the Sounders, playoffs every single year. MLS Cup 2 years in a row, so it's very Seahawk-esque.
1-1 lost the other, or they lose
Win the first one, lost the second
to the
one.
same team, right?
To the same team, and both at both times at their stadium.
Right.
Because the person that gets to host the MLS Cup is the better record in the regular season.
Right.
So actually, that means the Supporter Shield means more.
Right.
Because that wasn't a rule in the MLS before. I think
It's a
it's
good
been
rule.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
It has incentive for this other thing.
No, that's cool.
That the MLS has
The
put
MLB
below
All-Star
their
Game does that
playoffs.
too. If you win the All-Star Game in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I don't like that for All-Star games. And that could be another,
I get
another
it.
topic another day. I don't, but I love it for this. When the rest of the world uses Supporter Shield as you're the champion, well, at least the Supporter Shield does give you champion berth in another tournament that you don't need to worry about.
Well, most
Champions League.
Yeah. Well, most leagues, if you have the best record, you get home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, but like Super Bowl, for
Yeah.
instance.
Well, that's
it's
neutral, no matter what.
Yeah, I would prefer neutral. I think that would help
Yeah,
the
agreed.
league. That would help the league more when there's definitely 5 or 6 awesome markets that are guaranteed and they're going to be there forever, maybe 10. But when the league keeps expanding, you gotta have a way to get cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, hey, host the game in a stadium that isn't soccer specific to a club that is actually
be cool.
there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe in Dallas we play at AT&T
Cowboys,
Stadium.
yeah.
You know, but anyway, so Sounders are basically a team that expects winning, expects trophies, and right now, not happening. Mm-hmm. But we've started the season poorly multiple times. Actually, pretty much 2 years in a row, and we went half a season as the worst team in the league and won the MLS Cup.
Yeah. So, are you a homer? Do you follow all the other teams, or how does your fandom go with MLS?
I have MLS Direct Kick, and that
Is that like League Pass?
Yeah. In fact, I found out, God damn it, a day before, 2 days before the playoffs, that I had NBA League Pass all fucking season to watch every Laker game I wanted to, all 82 of them.
Just call Jeff.
And the only ones I saw, well, all of them were national televised games because I didn't know I had it. So I had MLS Direct Kick, but I wasn't really watching it throughout, November, December, January, February. So it didn't even occur to me. And then for some reason, I'm just fumbling around on my stupid remote that I can talk to. And I'm watching a Laker game, and it's Sportsnet, and it's fucking LA broadcast.
Yeah.
And I realize that it's a package deal. So, pretty busy. So I got MLS Direct Kick mainly just so I could watch other games and, get a little bit better scouting, per se. If I'm going to talk about it, I want to at least not be an idiot. Still Barstool, but plus I love soccer. It's totally grown on me. I love the game. It's basketball, really, but on a big, huge field, and you can't use your hands.
Right.
So
It's just like basketball.
Huh?
I said just like basketball.
But
I'm just kidding.
the tactics.
Yeah, I know.
But
Slam dunk.
fucking football. You use their foot for a cumulative 8 seconds throughout the entire game, maybe. In fact, you can't even kick the ball. In a live fumble, you can't kick it.
Oh yeah, right.
So it's illegal to play football. Play football. So anyway, So I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a fan.
Unless you're Michael
globally.
Dixon. Pick 149 for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, he's a punter. He's not a kicker.
Punch ball.
Punts. Hey, they have a soccer league in Aussie.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The Perth Glory is a team.
Perth.
Yeah.
That's the worst name for a town.
Well, they're hanging out way over there on the western edge of that fucking island continent.
It's all just some obscure mound to me with snakes and dragons.
They have all those. Peter Jackson will agree
Yeah,
with you. They have snakes.
They let out all the
dragons.
dragons from Lord of the Rings, and now it's just a barren wasteland.
Sauron is real. So anyway,
So I guess
I guess I'm a fan.
So yeah, my initial question was, do you follow the other teams in the league?
Yeah, I do enough.
Is there anything crazy that's happened in this transfer deadline to other teams that makes you
Not so
raise
much
your
in this
eyebrows?
deadline, but there's a couple teams that have taken players that we have previously eyed.
So you're bummed out?
Not so much. That we needed them then, not so much now, based on a roster that's fully healthy when you look at it. I was really confident in our roster with no changes a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, before Jordan Morris, our U.S. men's national team striker from Mercer Island, tore his ACL in a
How old is
pre-season. He's 22.
Okay, so he's a new guy.
It's his third season, but he was capped nationally before he played for the Sounders. He was still playing in college.
Where do you go to school?
Stanford.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid smart guy. No, super nice. Super nice.
I have a
guy.
good
Still
stand.
lives with his parents.
Oh.
He was offered a contract while training in Germany for Wolfsburg, and that's their top division.
So you get paid like
Bundesliga.
millions of dollars?
Not right off the bat, but pretty much. That's your door to millions, right?
Okay.
His family got a puppy. He didn't actually turn down millions of dollars to pet a puppy, but he pretty much turned down $1 million to pet a puppy. He's still petting the puppy. Lives with his parents. His dad is a trainer on the team, so like that. He's also type 1 diabetic, so there's probably a comfortability level there too.
The kid
but
or
also,
the dad?
Jordan Morris is. Yeah, so anyway, but him, we kind of had a depth chart which said, hey, we're good unless one of them gets injured.
Right.
And
So for like the actual
he got injured.
Sounders fans who are listening, who are the people that you said that have gone to other teams? Can we get some names that you're bummed?
Yeah.
Kind of bummed that didn't join the Sounders?
Yeah, Quintero.
What position does he play?
He's a winger. So both him and
Jason Vargas was signed by Montreal, but
another. It doesn't matter. Not here, not now. Dirlis Gonzalez isn't with MLS teams right now, but he's another player that's a winger that is still not through now a third transfer window. Garth Lagway hasn't gotten us somebody. Ladero, our number 10, that's the cog of the midfield, basically the whole team. The number 10. He was killer for us immediately. So Garth Lagway came in as our GM and pretty much got us where we wanted to go.
Right.
And then, cool, we're all happy with him. And nothing. All budget long term. In my opinion to that is, it's now been 2 years that we haven't had a DP. Like, the next window will be 2 years since Nicolas Ladero.
Yeah.
DP means you have your choice of money to throw at any fucking player. That is your wild. Go
Like
out there and get one. You're not capped on anything. You're not handcuffed by anything. You can just go out and get it.
Yeah.
You need an international roster spot, but we have it. You need senior roster spot. We have it. But there's also different tiers of DPs. You can get a young DP for half price.
Right.
You can get a DP in midsummer transfer window for half the cost as it would have been this month. I get that from the accounting side of things. But we're also starting incredibly shitty. We didn't get what we wanted out of the tournament that took games away before we started our season.
Right.
When that gave us an injury. That was season long.
Yeah,
We're starting.
That sucks.
So all these things put together means we need reaction now.
I mean, that's what I wanted, and a lot of other fans, also wanted. So here we are. That didn't happen. We did just beat Toronto. Fantastic game away from home. And we do have Portland this weekend. So, of course, I'm hoping for more wins. But I know Garth is our lag away.
Let me ask you this. Is Seattle a free agent haven that people like to come here?
Yes. Yes, because the fandom. But that we're being now second and third and fourth to none to that as the league grows. I think LAFC is definitely showing up. They're a new team this year. They have a brand new stadium. We just lost to them in it.
No, yeah. I think Will Ferrell and Magic Johnson are owners.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we have,
Paul Allen and Drew Carey.
yes.
They're not as cool as Magic Johnson and Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I'd still take Paul Allen any day, forever.
No,
Because
yeah, he's
if the
great.
world ends, I'll just go on his fucking yacht that's the size of King County.
Yeah.
And he can golf on it. He literally does. But anyway,
If that's
but
true.
Will Ferrell's fine. No,
Yeah.
no, he has a driving range on the back of his fucking yacht.
It'd be cool if he had an entire golf course on the back of his yacht.
Don't tempt him, man. Are you listening, Paul?
Paul, I want you to build a starter.
Paul Allen, don't trust anyone with two first names. Well, the last one's spelled kind of different.
Alan.
All N. Ooh, sports stuff. All in.
He's all.
Anyway, fuck. Sounders. Pick it up. I fully expected not to get a player. Really, I did. From the accounting side of things and
Yeah.
knowing who our GM is. But we need to make the playoffs every fucking year. There is no dip. You don't
Yeah.
get... You don't...
When you dip, I dip, we dip.
When they dip, I dip. We dip.
Yeah.
Why'd that make me cough? Because I'm white.
He tried.
He tried and he coughed. Yeah. So, being at the bottom of the table now, I'm not as concerned about. I mean, especially in recent history,
It's a shallow
We've
table.
been bottom of the table in middle of August and won a championship. It's not as pretty, but it's a grueling season. It's 9 months long.
How's Portland doing?
They're doing mid-table.
Okay.
Like, again, we're at the bottom, not worried about it, because Toronto's at the bottom, too. I'm not worried that they're not going to make the playoffs. It's probably going to be a repeat.
So that's the Sounders.
I actually have something to say about soccer, Aaron.
Oh, no way.
I woke up and I went to go watch basketball. That is where they use their hands. And I turned it on, and the New York Red Bulls were playing another team from New York that is blue.
Yeah, New York City FC.
And they were getting their ass kicked. And
NYCFC or New York Red Bulls?
FC.
Really? Because they are at the top of the table. Of
No, they
the
got
entire
they
league.
scored 2 goals. Red Bulls scored 2 goals in the first 4 minutes, and then I stopped watching. But
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Bradley Wright Phillips probably.
no, they were getting their ass kicked, and they said something about defensive third, and I was like, oh yeah, this is how it feel.
Soccer uses terms like that too.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, like okay, because you could tell the Red Bulls was dominating them because the guy told me, but he's like, oh, all the players are in the defensive third of FC, and so it was true. They couldn't even get the ball out. It was they're getting manhandled. So I don't know if that's interesting, but
No.
watched it on my own.
I appreciate that, Ian. That's effort. And then you change the channel after the first
I did.
4
I
minutes.
changed it to off.
Turn it.
I just stared at it off television.
So within the 12 seconds that you turned it on and heard sound, you took that in and turned it off and went back to bed because it wasn't basketball. Oh man.
Well, I think that was a good, passionate way to bring this segment to a close. If there's any final thoughts that you have.
I think it's a passionate way for Ian to say that. I'm fucking done.
I thought I did a good job.
Yeah, that was really polite of you. Yeah, sipping tea. And let's move on.
Never give up, never surrender.